Good evening, family. Todd Plymale-Mallory, your mind, body, soul mechanic, coming at you from Boulder, Colorado, where it actually started snowing again this evening, a little spring snow. I wanted to talk to you today about conscious social media consumption. In the midst of all this COVID craziness, it's super easy to get caught up in Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or any of the platforms where there's all kinds of information, or on the news websites or on the television or there's so many sites of information right now that I think people are on overload. And I really want you to approach your social media now more than ever in a healthy way. In Chinese medicine, we believe that at its essence, you are what you eat. Now, obviously, that means you are whatever you consume as far as food. But that also means that we are the product of everything we consume. Think about that. We are the product of all of the television we watch, the Facebook that we look at, the news articles that we read. Everything that we consume becomes part of who we are. And so if right now you're constantly consuming information about fear or about statistics or about financial suffering or about people going through difficult times, then the only product that you can create in yourself is stress and fear and anxiety. And so I want to recommend a couple things. First of all, I want you to set a time limit. And I have several friends that have recommended this that are conscious coaches. That I've set a time limit for myself of no more than 5 minutes at one time looking, and no more than 3 times a day. So that's 15 minutes a day that I'm actually looking at the news. You can watch the evening news and get everything that you need to know for the day, because everything's happening so quickly. Just watch the nightly news once. You'll be good. I would say the same thing about social media. It's really good to check in. It's good to stay in community and to have your social community, but to spend hours and hours and hours going through all of the articles and all of the information and reading, I think it's too much. You would never eat all of your calories for an entire week in one day. Why would you want to read all your information you can't get all the information right now? You can't consume it all at once. And so I want you to super encourage you to step back and take some time, unplug for a couple of days if you can. We're all on lockdown for at least the next week anyway. And then the other piece is, if and when you do choose to engage in social media, is let's spread positive messages. Super important to share valuable and precise information, but please don't just share things that you heard from a friend of a friend or that you read and all of a sudden you're panicking and you want to share out there. Make sure that your sources are valid. I would say, as far as the most up-to-date information, the CDC website and the World Health Organization website are probably your best sources. You can check them daily. They have daily updates. They have Mythbuster pages. Wonderful information. Don't get your medical knowledge from Facebook. And if you are going to contribute, let's put positive messages out there. Share funny memes. Share things that bring joy to your heart, or thanks for the people that are really out there on the front lines. And lastly, just as far as our general social media consumption right now, watch your favorite movie, read some poetry, listen to your favorite music. So many of our wonderful musicians, and thank you to all of you for sharing things on live stream. So many of the wonderful musicians are playing shows almost every day. There's so many ways to positively engage with social media. Right now, during this time, it's super important. This can be a time for you to reflect, to grow, to change, to clean your life, to renew, to get healthy, and to have positive influence in your mind and soul. Or you can choose to stay in panic and fear and overconsume and, do all the other things in the in between and end up at the end of this no better off than when we started. So my strong encouragement truly from my heart as the mind, body, and soul mechanic is to take this time, especially with regard to social media, and be super conscious about what and how and when you consume it. And when you do, make sure that you're getting some benefit, just like eating health food. If you're going to eat a good diet right now, eat some good mental stuff too. Listen to some podcasts that you love. Or right now, Patrick Stewart is reading Shakespeare's sonnet every day. There's a bunch of wonderful, positive things to be eaten on the internet. And I am hoping that you choose to follow that path. Thank you so much. Blessings. Stay well and healthy, and we'll see you again soon.